Hello, my name is Bruce Barclay and I'm here to show you today how to remove and install a strut assembly on this little car right here. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take off the top shock mount or top strut mount bolts out of the engine bay. When I finish this step, I'm going to remove the tire. Okay, so I'll see you when I get ready to do that. Is it on? Okay, I've removed the 3 bolts for the top strut mount. And now I'm coming down here. I'm going to remove the wheel. After I finish this step, I'm going to be going for taking the strut out. I'm back now and got the wheel off. Got our lug nuts over here. Got our wheel and tire right there. Next thing I need to do is I need to take the ABS line off of here. That's what this is, your ABS line, your wiring for it. I take that off the strut. So when I come back to you, I'll have this removed. I'm back now and I wanted to show you that I've removed the wiring for the ABS and I've taken the bolts that mount the ABS cable to the strut, put them back in there so I know where they're going. And my next step is to remove the caliper. So when I come back to you, this caliper will be removed. Okay, we're back now. I got the caliper off. I want to show you what I did. I put the caliper bolts back into the caliper mount so that I know where those bolts go, and I've hung my caliper up against the brake line up in here so that we ain't pulling on this brake line and the caliper's safe. It's out of our way so we can go ahead and remove the strut. For my next maneuver here, I'm going to take out these bolts here that hold the strut in place, and I should be able to remove the strut at that moment. So when I come back, I'll have this apart. Okay, yeah. I'm back now, and I'm not ready to take the strut out, so I want to show you what I do. I still have the bolts installed for the strut. I'm going to put a socket on there. Give it a little tap with a hammer. Get my bolt out. Slightly tap on it. Now the bolt's out. The strut's starting to move. Take this bolt out. Little tap. There's a ladder over here too. Pull down the second bolt. And I can separate the strut from the steering knuckle. Oh, I've got a problem here. I got to take this bolt out for the brake line, so I'll be right back when I remove that. I'm back now. I've removed that bolt from the brake line right here. Now the brake line is completely free of the strut. Put the bolt back in there where that brake line gets attached. I'm going to pull the ABS wire out over the strut so that I can pull the strut out without any problems. And then all I do is angle the strut down.
This piece goes against the bottom of the seat.
It's hanging up in the top.
It's on the bottom of the steering wheel, so you just kind of go like that. Okay. Push the steering wheel down against the seat.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have a link going from the strut down to the lower control arm. I need to pull this link out, so we'll be back after we do that. So I'll be right back. I'm back now, and this is bolt for that link that runs from the strut down to the lower control arm. I'm going to pull up on the lower control arm and support it while I pull that link out. There goes the link. And down comes the strut. There it is. There's our strut. Put the bolt back on the link. Okay, now at this point, if I need to replace my strut, I will take my strut over to the strut tower, or the strut spring compressor, compress the spring down, remove that, get rid of the strut, put the new one in there, index it correctly, and put it all back together. But we're not putting in a new strut, we're just taking one out today and inspecting it. I'm going to put it back in. I'll be right back when I get ready to put it back in. Thank you. Alright, we finished our inspection on our strut and we're ready to reinstall it. First thing you want to do is make sure you're going to orientate it correctly into the bore here. You want to inspect up inside here. Make sure that there's no deformities or nothing in the way or nothing corroded. Can I get a shot down in there? Look up. Want to look up inside there. Make sure there ain't nothing in the way up in here. Okay. And then you go to put it back in. You want to hold it so that your hand is on where you want it to mount your steering knuckle. And you shove it up in the hole.
So, because the back is in the green, yeah, if it was my car and I was being OCD, I would try to find a way to adjust it. I would get that shim kit and I would shim out that wheel.
And the first thing I want to do is go ahead and get it up in the top.
See if I can do it without blocking it. See how I've turned it now? So green still has 10,000.
And then I want to start the bolts on the top.
As I turn it, see it change it.
Okay. And leave it loose up here. Come down here.
So, like, you know, you can fiddle with it like that if you want.
Raise the steering knuckle. Bring it up into there to where I can line up my lower bolt. Little subtle persuasion here.
How I like to set the steering wheel center.
Little wiggle it.
So what you want to do is just line up the covers.
Come on, girl. start this one. This rod that runs down to the lower control arm, it'll just start this bolt. It'll help me hold this in position while I use a little bit more brute force on this thing. Sure, they come apart a lot easier than just going together. There it goes. There we go. One lined up right. There we go. We'll start our top bolt. Got that shot. Start it. Put in a bottom bolt. Start it. Go ahead and start the brake line.
So that's like an option. So if you got to pay more for it, you can track out. Yeah. All right, so now let's see. Extra ain't gonna be a good. I didn't lock right on that one. I did the same thing. The same lock. Yeah. It was the same lock.
All right. Got that bolt started. I'll go ahead and start my ABS line. Bolts.
You gotta get the aftermarket cam.
Yep. So we tell our customer no camera adjustment available on this vehicle. Otherwise, if it's your vehicle, you could slot these holes on the strut and you
Okay, now we're at the point where I got all the bolts started. I'm going to go ahead and torque them all to specs, and when I come back, I'll put the caliper back on. Be right back. Okay, I'm back now. I want to show you what I've done. So far, I've tightened these two steering knuckle bolts. I've tightened these bolts that hold the ABS line on. I've tightened this bolt that holds the brake line on. I still need to tighten this one. This is the link that runs down to from the strut down to the lower control arm. And once I get that tight, everything's tightened up at the caliper. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply proper torque to all these fasteners, and when I'm done, I will put the brake caliper on. I'll come back in just a minute. Okay, we're back now, and I just torqued these bolts, the steering knuckle bolts that go from the strut to the steering knuckle. They're torqued 100 foot-pounds. And then the bolts up in the top, they're torqued 20 foot-pounds each. And I'm to the point now where I'm going to install a brake caliper, and I'll be back after I get through with that, just before I torque that into position. And we're back here. We're almost finished with this. I just got through torquing these 2 caliper mount bolts to 40 inch-pounds or 40 foot-pounds. Next step is for me to put the tire back on. I'm going to put it on the ground and torque it. We're going to torque the tire down to 85 foot-pounds, and then once we're done with that, we need to change the other side out, and we're going to be doing an alignment afterwards, or at least verifying it. This is the conclusion of my video. I appreciate very much that you've taken the time out to watch it today. Thank you.